Hello everybody, thank you very much for joining the presentation today, Remaining GDPR Compliant. My name is Thomas Goddard. I'm one of the 3 consultants at an organisation called GDPRconsulting.net. The objective of the call today is to spend about 10 minutes over about 5 slides looking at some of the key issues and challenges and important areas of remaining compliant post 25th of May 2018. So we move on to the first slide. Triggers for reassessing readiness status. So external, the list of 5 factors below are 5 areas which could possibly have an impact on compliance going forwards and need to be considered when reviewing compliance. Now the rules are in play, they won't be going away. You might start off fully compliant, but how do you ensure you stay that way within the law as new systems come on board? New protocols for customer contact are set in place and new communication methods are invented. For example, unforeseen and exciting new types of technology, social and marketing media. So what can we expect to happen? Regulators themselves aren't exactly sure what enforcement would look like. Data subjects would likely lead regulators to the problems. Technology changes. Let's move on to the next slide. Triggers for reassessing readiness status internal. So the list of factors below are areas which will have an impact on compliance and we need to look at and review on pretty much a regular basis. So let's pick off a number of these key areas. So new personal data. This definition provides for a wide range of personal identifiers to constitute personal data reflecting changes in technology and the way organizations collect information about people, such as name, identification number, national insurance, passport, driver's license, location data, online identifier, online behavior, identifying factors, physical, mental, cultural, political options, genetic and biometric data, identifiers provided by digital devices and applications. Most have been viewed as PII, dynamic IP addresses, browser cookies, device IDs, RFID. Then moving on, let's have a look at triggers for policy changes as an example. Employee privacy notice, information classification standards and controls, global HR data protection policy, employee rights under EU GDPR, responding to customer, employee and customer rights requests procedure, data retention policy and procedure, vendor management, IT privacy and security notice, DPIA policy procedure, information security policy, privacy and complaint policy, data handling and storage guidelines, incident response plan. So that gives a range of some of the policies, which is fairly extensive, which are going to change and may need to be reviewed. So let's go down to the bottom and look at new application of processes. So for example, on-premises to cloud migration, new websites, upgrade to existing application, new reporting, analytics, new marketing or other process. So let's move on to the next slide. Key considerations for IT and GDPR compliance. An organization needs to ensure personal data security at 4 levels for GDPR compliance, namely use, database, application, data center, cloud. In support of that, they need to maintain IT asset register and conduct internal audit at least once a year, preferably every 6 months. As per GDPR and Data Protection Act 2018, an organization needs to store minimal personal data for the purpose and duration that is required. This is possible by means of data remediation, cleansing periodically. GDPR implementation is unique to each organization, hence they must include GDPR training as part of employee induction to ensure each new employee is aware about GDPR and Data Protection Act 2018 policies from the start, which will lead to prevention of data breach at user level at least. So let's move on to the next slide. Outputs you should have. So these are some of the outputs which are vitally important to have to retain compliance. So list of systems showing data flows, record of processing activities, for example, policies, procedures, the PIA, vendors, contact details. Let's move on to the next slide. Ongoing responses under GDPR. So I won't go through all these, but as you can see, there's quite a long list there where we need to continually review and assess to drive compliance. So what are the key takeaways? Governance is critical. GDPR does not have to slow your business down, but you do need to address issues up front. Educate, educate, educate. Have within your organization a data privacy mindset. Create an innovation roadmap. So let's move on to the next slide. So that fundamentally completes the presentation. Thank you very, very much indeed for taking the time for listening. The contact details are below, and that's gdprconsulting.net with the phone number, and we hope to support you in the future. Thank you very much indeed.